Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of Rarely Relevant, a podcast where we talk about whatever we want and we have no plans because we're so disorganized. I'm Sean, and with me, as always,
is Kenneth.
And Tyler.
So Sean, right off the get-go, I like that you remember that it's rarely relevant because every time I think it's barely relevant.
Well, you know what? We can't always sit in the past. We have to move on to the future.
Yeah.
And the future is rarely and not barely.
It's true.
And fuck those barely relevant guys.
Fuck those guys. They have like 100-something episodes or whatever.
140
And
plus.
They have 140 episodes and they have like 10 views. I think our first episode had more views than all of theirs.
First episode had like 20. So
Yeah. Once we get more rolling, and people are gonna be so excited. They're gonna start on episode 1 and be like, "Man, this is a great podcast." I don't think anyone's gonna start on episode 1.
So far, I think we have an average of like 20 per episode. What's 20 times 140? They have 28. Okay.
Yeah, but like of those 20, how many of those are like bots crawling SoundCloud or something weird? You know, like the Internet Archive, like.
Well, that applies to them too because it's also on SoundCloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can assume that
it's an even universe.
Yeah, you can assume that anything that happens to us happens to them as well. Plus, they're on YouTube.
Maybe we have a catchier name. Okay.
Anyways, what's our first topic for the day?
I don't have.
First topic of the day is obviously Fallout 4 got announced.
Yeah. Okay.
Big deal. Fallout.
So I know Sean's played Fallout. Tyler, have you ever actually played Fallout?
Okay, so I had a big conversation at work about this today, actually. Believe it or not. I am very curious. So I know Fallout initially is like a 90s game, right? Like 97 or something like that?
Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 are both CRPGs. Back in the days, Baldur's Gate-esque. You very top-down, very
Ultima.
D&D-like, except for the original Fallouts are not based on D&D. They're based on GURPS, which is a system that only uses D6.
Okay, so that's what I thought. Like, I figured that the initial Fallout games were pre-2000s. Like, they were in the 90s. Like,
Fallout 3 is essentially a reboot.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, so that's exactly what I thought. Fallout 3 was, what, 2008, 2007?
Yeah, something like that. Well, no. Oblivion was 2005 or 2006? I think 2006.
Okay.
And then Fallout must have been 2008.
And then Vegas, I think, was a couple years after that. Like 2010 or something like that.
I think it's 2010. And then Skyrim was 2011.
Okay. And then...
Right? Something like that.
Yeah, and then...
Yeah, that's right. That's
4 is 2016 probably. I'm assuming it's probably coming out next year.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing, the most important thing, is that the trailer was in-engine. And they showed a lot of stuff. Which means that they're like through a lot of the development process already. Which means we could probably see it like winter this year, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if this was an MMO or any sort of Steam Greenlight or Kickstarter project, it would be early access or alpha testing. Like, they would be selling access to this right now if they, if this was an indie game, they'd be selling access to it right now. Is my guess based off the trailer. So yeah, my whole office today, like in our meeting, we were completely ignoring the meeting. We were just purely paying attention to 10 o'clock hit, and we are just refreshing the page, trying to find out what was going on. Because all of us thought it was Fallout 4, but none of us quite knew.
What a hip workplace you work at.
I mean, there was a meeting going on. We were just ignoring it. I mean, it's not necessarily hip. It's just my team cared more about Fallout 4 than the meeting that we were supposed to be in.
It's a hip team, though.
Now, I'm saying that's a pretty hip workplace if you're allowed to do that.
I mean,
and you have other people around you who are interested.
Yeah, it's more about a team thing than a workplace thing, I think.
And how big is your company you work at?
The actual company is 500 employees now, I think. And then next year they want to hire like an extra 200 employees this year or something like that. But
that's a lot.
My actual team, though, is pretty small. My team is like 6 developers or something like that. Yeah, it's 4 developers, including me, and then a couple QA guys. But either way, regardless, all the team members were checking out Fallout 4. Especially because, as was rumored, and confirmed by the trailer, it does take place in Boston, which is all of our hometown. Not you guys, but all the team members. All of us live in Boston, so
that's not hometown. That's just town
it's
you're in right now.
It's their currently residents.
Yeah, it's our town. It's like they showed like a Paul Revere statue in the trailer and everything like that. So it's like, oh, it's Boston. Oh, cool. This is us.
That is very cool.
So for us, it had a special sort of like. Oh,
looks like Tyler will need to get a PlayStation 4 to play it on.
So okay, so yeah,
no, it's on PC. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's on Xbox. No, it's Xbox,
it's
PlayStation, and PC.
People were speculating it might be on last gen too, but the reason for that is that people data mined the Countdown site, and there were PS3 and Xbox 360 icons in that site. So I mean, that could just be residual from when they like redid it into that thing or whatever.
I assume so, because the announcement, as far as I know, didn't
only showed PS4.
Yeah, it only showed
Xbox
new
One,
stuff.
PC.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Which doesn't help me, because today I was also talking to another coworker, and I'm trying to decide to go for Xbox One or PS4, and
PS4.
Really? You think PS4? Because I'm leaning towards the Xbox One because
Don't you play fucking Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, no, but Kingdom Hearts, no. So the games I'm waiting for, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15, I guess it is. But both of them are cross-platform.
Oh.
They do PS4 and...
Yeah, but the Xbox One sucks.
No, I mean, you can make argument, but I like the sort of entertainment functions of the Xbox One. I like the pass-through.
Who watches TV, dude?
I do. I have a cable subscription.
Tyler watches a lot of TV.
I watch a shit ton of TV.
I watch zero TV.
I watch all
watch
the TV.
TV shows, but I watch zero TV.
Every season, I have 10 to 15 TV shows I keep up to date on. Like, it's a shit ton. Like, my Saturdays are mostly TV. It's mostly just running TV in the background while I do other stuff. And then Sundays is when all the, like, really good in-depth stuff, like, aka HBO shows come on Sundays. So I put everything aside and I pay attention to, like, Game of Thrones and not Silicon Valley I watch, but it doesn't require you to pay a lot of attention to, but it's funny. But Game of Thrones, a lot of attention.
I do none of that.
Halt Catch Fire just started on AMC. That you should pay attention to, in my opinion.
No. I'm a film major. I don't have to pay attention to film.
They're complicated, man. You gotta, keep up to date. You can't lose track of all
the
stories.
That was sarcastic.
Mine was mostly directed towards, like, Kenneth, who I feel like plays games when he watches TV.
I don't. I generally get immersed in the program.
Do you?
I pretty much just watch stuff if it's done, or I can just, like, watch a whole season at once. I very rarely will watch something as it's ongoing, and I will never watch something if it's only on TV currently.
Yeah, that's right.
It has to be on something else.
Yeah.
I mean, what shows are even on TV currently, right?
Oh my god, do you want it? I mean, are you actually asking? Because I could list. I practically...
I only watch anime, okay?
I'm kidding, I was just making a Sean like comment.
I could...
Dude, who needs to watch The Flash? That sucks.
Oh, yeah, don't...
You know what the answer is,
Who
Tyler?
Who needs to watch Game of Thrones?
Tyler, you need a Wii U.
Why?
I think you need a Wii U, Tyler.
Okay, call me when Zelda comes out, and I'll get a Wii U.
Okay.
They'll be, like, in a year.
No, I mean, really, it was more... You don't have to call me, because as soon as Zelda comes out, I'll know about it, and I'll go out, buy a Wii U, and then as soon as Zelda comes out, buy Zelda.
Speaking of Wii U, I need to play fucking Bayonetta. And speaking of video games... that one Lego game came out that's supposed to be a Minecraft killer.
Oh, it did. Did you hear about how? What was it? Was it Lego Universe or something like that?
It's whatever just got added to Steam in early access. It's like supposed to be. It's like Minecraft, but it's actually Lego. So it's like randomly generated worlds or something.
No, but not.
But you can have like vehicles and shit like that.
Yeah. So there's.
Oh, you mean are you talking about the MMO?
No, I'm talking. Maybe I can't remember specifically, but so one of the main guys of Lego came out recently and was talking about, because they had a previous attempt at making a game that had like user-generated content and everything, and it folded. They didn't keep it going, and it was because it was a sort of build your own sort of thing. It was like a user generated world.
Sure.
And users kept generating penises.
Yes.
And Lego, being the brand that they are and sort of being like incredibly family, like kid friendly, they wouldn't allow. So they had a dedicated team that would look through every single user generated piece of content for penis. Penis, pretty much, and they would look at it from every angle.
The fuck?
They would do everything. They would check it extensively, every single thing that was generated by a user. They would look for penis.
You could have slipped like a vagina past them. They probably wouldn't even notice because they're so busy looking for penis.
You just said, "Look at this clam," and then like, man, that's a good Lego clam.
Damn, look at that.
You could have slipped a lot of things past them if that's their goalkeeper.
So
that's a really nice vertical clam.
So even the one that's currently being released, as far as I know, doesn't actually. Maybe I'm thinking of the Universe one that just got added. That was sort of like an amiibo clone sort of thing. But as far as I know, all the Lego products that they have don't allow. They don't allow for user generated content. Period, because they know that it is super expensive to hire a team.
The new one that just came out doesn't have multiplayer yet.
Oh, okay, so that's why.
I mean, first thing I would do, I would make a massive penis.
No, seriously, that's what people keep doing, and so Lego folded their other stuff because it's just too expensive and time-consuming to go through every single thing. So like Sean mentioned, that they're not adding multiplayer to the current one.
They will add multiplayer, but
they have to figure it out, though. Pretty much.
They have to have a penis detector or something.
That's what I think it is they're spending time to figure out how to detect crude.
Why do they care?
I feel like if Facebook can recognize somebody's face, Lego should be able to recognize a penis.
Because faces are, by definition, unique. They're like a thumbprint. Like, you can do a lot to make them. You can also obscure them, but
every penis is also unique.
Yeah, but how do you change? How does a bot determine the difference between like a column and a penis?
I don't know that, nor does Lego, and that is why there currently isn't multiplayer.
I think it's because it's early access. I
think that's a fun story.
But I mean, there's so many little kids that play Minecraft. You can't stop. Like, they're gonna make penises whether you like it or not.
No, but the thing is, Minecraft doesn't pride themselves on their brand. Lego.
They don't.
Lego
I don't think anyone cares anymore.
But Lego is like, if a mom buys their kid a Lego product, they know it is family friendly. It is safe. They don't have to worry about it. It is entirely brand based.
Then maybe they'll like limit like user-made objects or something in multiplayer. Because from what I've seen, it's like you can make stuff in like a builder, and then you can like paste them in the world and stuff like that. So you can like, and then there's like vehicles or whatever, right?
Man, think of the penis cars you could make.
think about. I mean, like I guess it's like if you made it deliberately a penis. But, like, what's the difference between, like, a weird-looking tree and a penis, you know?
That's why it's not implemented yet. They have to figure it out. They have to do that now.
But they can't just say, like, a Bali tree is a giant penis. It could be just a Bali tree, and, like, suddenly telling a kid that their Bali tree looks like a penis is going to scar them more than, like, someone else making a penis, you know?
Okay, so you're talking about more, like, what actually is inappropriate for a kid. Like, is it something that looks like a penis, or does it have to actually be...
I mean, if the mom or dad or the parent or whatever thinks it looks like a penis, like, a kid doesn't give a fuck if it looks like a penis or not. A kid does not care if there's a giant penis. They know what a penis is because either they have one, or they don't know what a penis is because they're fucking girl, or they've been told what a penis is. They don't know what a penis looks like. So if someone makes a giant penis, the people who are too young to know what a penis is won't know it's a penis, and the people old enough to know who it's a penis will just know it's a penis and think it's funny.
But right now
if you're a kid and every structure is like this penis thing, that's not gonna
you just
have a little alarm bell go off.
You just play offline.
But that's the thing, they have to be able to then force people to play offline, which means the parents have to force their children to play offline, which means that parents have to, by definition, doubt Lego's PG rating, or G rating, really. I mean, Lego is rated G, more or less.
Could you ban people who make penis buildings?
You could, but then you'd have to find all the people making it. You'd still have to find all the penis buildings.
I'm sure there's gonna be like report systems and shit like that, but I don't know. There's no way to police that. There's never gonna be a way unless you become like Club Penguin and you don't let anyone talk to each other or something like that.
I feel like Minecraft does Minecraft have this penis issue?
No, I mean people make penises freely.
People make
but
penises,
no one cares.
But once you get over the fact that you made one penis, they don't make another penis.
So it's because they're trying to like stop you that we do it.
No, it's because it's fun to make fucking giant penises.
I think it's
I know.
I think it's that
But,
in Minecraft it just doesn't matter. Like you can
Right,
do
right.
it, but people.
But it doesn't matter in Lego then.
No, but the thing is, in Lego,
because there's plenty of kids who are playing Minecraft right
But
now
in Lego,
who
you're being
also
a rebel.
play with Legos. It is not a different
No,
demographic.
but, okay, so
it's
you're
the same
thinking that-
goddamn demographic.
but you're-
So if you can make a penis in Minecraft and they make a penis in Lego, it's no different because the kid's allowed to play Minecraft, a game where you can make penises.
no, but you're thinking
the
that
Lego is being a
exclusively.
rebel.
You're thinking that
But there's no kid that doesn't already fucking play Minecraft.
No, but you're thinking it in the opposite direction. Think of it in the other direction as there's a bunch of kids who don't play Minecraft because there's penis involved or because whatever their parents don't let them.
Because their parents don't let them
Yeah.
because you possibly could make a penis-shaped blocky object.
I am entirely sure there are plenty of people who say you can't play Minecraft.
They shouldn't even play video games then.
They probably
They should
don't.
just read the Bible.
No, but what they end up playing are games like, or they build Legos.
They would not be allowed to play a Lego video game because those Lego video games are violent. All the Avengers, like the fucking Marvel one is violent, the Batman ones are violent, all the superhero ones are violent.
They're
and
not
like
that
the Lord of
violent,
the Rings
though.
one's
Whoa,
violent.
if I don't
If they
know.
can't see a fucking penis, they can't fucking slay the Balrog, okay?
But they're
That's
not
entirely
actually
different.
slaying the thing.
not
They're like
different.
hitting it and it explodes into Legos. Like it's not.
How's
gory.
that any different, dude?
Really?
How is a shaft any different than a fucking dragon dying?
But compare breaking into Lego pieces to Grand Theft Auto, where you fucking kill.
It's not Grand Theft Auto though.
Hookers.
But
It's
no,
a-
but that's the point. Is that there is a difference. There's Grand Theft Auto, and then there is.
One is
into
Legos. Actually fighting something and defeating it, which is violent. Use a sword or whatever. The other is a symbolic object of something that's completely natural, already on like more than half of the players' bodies.
Okay, but now you're getting into a philosophical debate about why our country is weird about sex or
But
society.
that's the same thing though. And Lego shouldn't
But
be
I'm just saying, that's where you're
Swedish
going.
or whatever.
Like,
But
why are
Lego
we?
does have to care
Yeah.
because they're selling to America. They're selling
They have
to
to
Japan. They're selling to Italy.
Japan doesn't give a fuck about penises.
No, but I mean, okay, I could go into a lot.
Look
about
at fucking
Japan,
original
but-
Dragon Ball. You can see his fucking dick, and that was on fucking mainstream television.
Yeah, but at the same time, Japan is also in a huge crisis as far as their population is concerned because none of their young people
Yeah, showing
our
them
age.
penises will probably make them want to fucking.
Oh,
bang
okay,
faster.
now you're getting into to Japanese birth rates. I mean,
Okay, we're going to Lego
We're going
Worlds. I'm
pretty
looking
far
at
off
Lego Worlds
base.
right now. Let's see what's rated. I don't think it's rated anything.
Probably rated G,
it's-
maybe PG.
it's not
E, man. E.
It's not a fucking movie, dude. It's rated E or teen or M.
Okay, yeah,
I think
that's
they,
true,
they,
yeah.
they gotta get an E rating.
I was basing it off movie, but you're right. Yeah.
I guess if it's online,
the-
it's hard.
The biggest
not
thing
to.
is that this is PC only. This is not a console game.
That is
so-
true.
So it might have a different, it has a different demographic for sure.
Yeah.
And then also on top of that, like, it's a game specifically where you can make anything you want. There's mushrooms in one of the preview pictures. If you can have mushrooms, then you can have a fucking penis.
I mean, mushrooms are delicious.
I know, penises are delicious.
I mean, I'd say mushrooms are a little more abstract than a penis.
The shape of a penis is the same as the shape of a fucking cactus with a ball on it or a fucking mushroom with a thing. There's gonna be no separation. Okay.
All right,
The
all right.
little
Next
kid is-
topic. I'm ready for a new topic.
Okay.
I mean, the real point is that you're not arguing.
I understand
to us.
that they're worried about it, right?
Yeah, you're not
But I
arguing
don't
to us.
think
You're
it-
arguing to the parents who don't want their kids exposed to
Dude,
right. All
the
sexual themes.
To you,
Which
to
is
you
a
parents
very
who are listening to
philosophical-
Rarely Relevant. Parents, let them play Lego Worlds, because if they make giant penises, just say, you shouldn't be making giant penises. And if they see a giant penis online, you should say, look, that's a giant penis. Be aware it's a giant penis. The end.
I will add that in my experience, in in D.C., like Washington, D.C., in that county, you were given DARE program and sex ed in 4th or 5th grade.
I got 5th grade.
5th grade, yeah.
So, I mean, how young do you have to be to, like, try to keep that concept?
I know,
you know,
for sure.
I mean, eventually,
like,
it's like,
if they just make it E10+, there's no 10-year-old who doesn't know what a penis looks like.
I mean, by state law, more or less, like, depending on your... And most states, as far as I know, they teach you it pretty early.
Yeah, you're like 8 or 9, and you know what a penis is because you have one on your body, or you're a girl, and then they teach you in the fucking class, or your parents should have already taught you what a penis is. And if you're so disturbed by what a penis is, it's not like there's full frontal nudity or like penetration or whatever. It's just gonna be a giant monumental shaft with some big blocks on the bottom. That's what it's gonna be. Because some kid is not gonna make a detailed penis. He's gonna make a giant tower, and then he's gonna laugh, and that's it. And if you can't,
in theory, it could involve penetration, for all you know.
Okay, okay, they could.
I mean, that's some next level building.
Okay, but second thing, is if you can't let your child be in a place where someone could possibly show them a penis, you should take away paper and pens, because these kids are gonna draw fucking penises. I remember when I was in 5th grade, I would draw stick figures with huge fucking penises, and it was the funniest fucking thing.
You sound like fucking,
yeah, Jonah Hill.
Yeah, Jonah Hill from Superbad.
It's because it's fucking true! Who doesn't know what a fucking penis is in 5th grade?
As I recall, he got put on a very special diet.
He did.
He couldn't eat popsicles or hot dogs.
Yeah, he couldn't eat anything that was, cylindrical. Pretty much is what it came down to.
But I'm serious. I mean, I know that. I mean, there's. Well, you know what? We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, next up.
Yeah, now the parents listening, they know what you think, and they can bring it up with the school board.
If you could build a penis in Lego Worlds, you could build a penis with real Lego. So there's no difference. Yeah, it's the same game.
But then you know who built it, and you can get mad at your kid for it.
I guess you can't. But
and where are you going to get those bricks?
You mean the square bricks that you can build into anything?
No, the ones that match, whatever color you want your tower to be.
Your schwanger. That might be the reason that flesh-colored bricks aren't common.
Yeah, they aren't common.
Wait, are flesh-colored bricks common in Minecraft? I don't play a lot of Minecraft. Have you ever used a
flesh-colored brick?
No, Minecraft, you have to get wool to make something like that would be flesh-colored, and you have to dye it.
Oh,
it's not easy.
That reminds me. I'll do real quick because we've talked about games for a while.
Sure.
June 30th, Sean, does that mean anything to you? I mentioned to Kenneth, June 30th.
There's a couple of things that are coming out. First, there's there's a lot of things coming out at the end of this month. There's the Terraria update.
Yes, Terraria 1.3, 1.3. Oh, it's coming out June 30th. Oh.
Then,
what else though? I don't know anything else.
New Fire Emblem in Japan's coming out.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. What's it?
Fire Emblem If is the end of this month.
I assume it's
either
for
end of this month or end of next month. I'm pretty sure it's the end of this month.
DS, I assume.
Also, Persona Dancing All Night.
Wait, Persona. Oh, the new Persona game comes out.
It's just a rhythm game.
Oh.
But it's Vita exclusive. But I'm pretty excited. But it's not coming out here until September.
Do you know when the new Persona game comes out? Like console game?
Persona 5.
Yeah,
you mean?
Persona 5.
I don't think they've announced.
No, they did. They announced, they announced the game. I don't know if they announced the release date.
Release date window revealed 1 day ago. Let's look.
Oh my god, 1 day ago? Jesus, no wonder I don't know about it. Because fucking, I didn't check my game news. I have 106 game news stories that I haven't read in the last few days.
Anytime from... it said it's coming out in the 2016 earnings calendar. So it's anytime between April this year and March next year.
Okay, so within the next April to March, you said?
I think. Wait, hold on.
April to March. Okay, so more or less the next year.
Atlas has repeatedly said that Persona 5 will release in Japan and US sometime this year.
This year? Okay. Is it...
Yeah.
I don't remember when they initially announced it. Is it
so it's probably October to December.
Is it PS4 or Xbox One too?
I think it's PS3, PS4.
Fuck. Okay, so I guess I now know what
that you're gonna get a fucking PS4.
I guess I'm gonna go for PS4.
If you want to play fucking JRPGs, get a fucking PS4 because everything's cross-platform now. There's nothing that's exclusive really. The only thing's gonna be is Halo if you want to play Halo.
Man, I mean, I like Halo. Halo's fun, but when I've been debating, it's been between. I'm like, I like the
Destiny's already out on PS4, so you don't really need Halo. You have Destiny, so it's whatever.
Yeah, I'd rather play Destiny than Halo, but so far it's been I like the Xbox One's entertainment functions, but I've never owned a Xbox. I've had a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 3. I've always been PlayStation. I love the controller. I've played Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy exclusively on PlayStation. So it's always been this pull and tug between,
just get a PS4. If other people you know have a PS4, get a PS4. If other people you know have an Xbox, get an Xbox. That's it.
I don't know anyone with either. The games I'm playing are single player.
Just get a PS4.
So, yeah, I mean, for me, it's always
the PS4 controller is better.
It's been loyal.
Unless you're playing first-person shooters. In which case you, just whatever.
For me, it's just purely been loyalty versus entertainment system, and I'm very tempted, and I like the controller better for the PlayStation. I really dislike the Xbox.
I use a PS4 controller for PC.
I dislike the Xbox controller. I always have. I mean, I hear.
Then why don't you just get a fucking PS4? It's a better console.
Yeah, I probably end up and then I'll get a Wii U when Zelda comes out. But those will be my two consoles. Those in my history of my life, the 20+ year, 20 whatever years that I've been alive, I've always had a Nintendo system and a PlayStation system throughout my life.
You were a creature of tradition.
Yeah.
I've mostly been not mobile gaming, but like mobile platforms and then computer. Like that. I didn't start PC gaming until I was like in middle school. So, but before that I was full like Nintendo. I mean, I played like PC games. I played like fucking Math Blaster or whatever. And like Oregon Trail or whatever.
StarCraft.
Yeah, I played StarCraft for sure.
I like 6.
I mean, I guess I was a PC gamer then, because I played Diablo 2 and I played StarCraft 1, and I played like Warcraft 3 when that came out. So I guess I was before. I guess I've always been a PC gamer then, and then definitely mobile gaming. Like I was always Nintendo consoles, and then I had all the DSs. I didn't have a DSi, but I have a 3DS now. It's like one of my main consoles. And I've been playing Vita a lot recently because I've been playing Persona 4.
Yeah, so. I mean, I can't say I'm much different. My first system was a Game Boy, and then it was an N64, and then, PlayStation's going on. And then I've had every Nintendo system besides the Wii U.
Wait, real quick. What was everybody's starter Pokemon back in the day?
I started with
when you were like 6.
I started with Yellow, so I started with Pikachu.
Oh, you were a late one, huh?
Late bloomer.
Yeah.
Late bloomer.
What up? Come at me, bro.
I think I picked Bulbasaur.
Because I picked Charmander.
Dude,
what was the difference in time between those and Yellow?
Like a year.
1 year, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, come at me then.
That's pretty
Fuck
late.
You guys.
In the lifespan of a 6-year-old, that's a long time.
That's a sixth of a life.
A 6-year-old, okay. Do you remember anything else you did at 6 besides play Pokemon?
Yeah, kindergarten.
I mean, I met my best friend in kindergarten, but, besides that. That's when I met Matthew. I met him in kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
First generation was 1996, and then Pokemon Blue came out in 97, which means that it came out... no, Pokemon Red and Blue came out in 98. Actually, all three came out in America, I think, at the same time.
Did they? No, Yellow was definitely a few months after.
A few months now? We went from a year to a few months?
Well, I thought it was a year, but it did not come out at the same time. There's no way.
Definitely... Well, I'm looking right now. Hold on. Red and Blue came out in America 98, September 98. And Yellow came out in October 99. Oh, Japan, Yellow came out at the same time that Red and Blue came out in America.
That makes sense.
Okay, so in America it was about a year difference though, right?
So it was a year.
It was exactly a year. Well, not exactly a year, but a year and 3 weeks.
Admittedly, I do remember I got Yellow and I was upset that it was yellow. But then
nobody wants yellow at that color. Red and blue are cool colors. Yellow's ugh.
But then I came to play it, and then now ever since I've been an official Yellow rep as far as, when I'm talking to other OG sort of Pokemon.
I hate when people say that Gen 1's the best generation.
Yeah, nobody likes a Gen 1er.
No one likes people who say that. Because the
real
Pokemon fans, people who are still constantly playing Pokemon,
are still playing all
will agree generally if they really liked post game, they might say that Black and White 2 are the best Pokemon games. But definitely, like, 6th generation has improved everything so much. Like, there's a lot of people who will say Heart Gold, Soul Silver might be the best game.
Okay,
I
was about to ask, like...
But original Gold and Silver, I don't think, by today's standards, are not very good games. They're very, like, outdated. They don't have, like, a lot of the features that are, like, we're used to as, like, modern Pokemon players. Like, X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire have improved so much. Well, specifically, Black and White, like, raised the whole bar. But 6th generation, X and Y, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire have made everything just more streamlined, and like a lot of people don't like that. Like I was talking to someone the other day. I was talking about how they were upset there wasn't any more grinding. Like they didn't have to grind between the gyms or whatever.
Oh no, no grinding. Oh no, how would you do it?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, that just means it has good pacing. It just means they had a well-designed game that was paced properly. It doesn't mean that's not a good game. It doesn't mean it's worse. It means it's better. That's a good thing that there's no grinding.
So I have to ask.
You're like forced to fight enough, anyways. What?
So what is your? Because I assume you played it. Silver, original Silver was pretty much the last Pokemon game I seriously played.
I played every single Pokemon game.
Yeah, so what's your opinion on Silver? Because I'm curious how it compares.
You mean like original 2nd generation?
Yeah.
I mean they're good games.
Well, no, you have to love it because it introduces like hardcore breeding.
Sure.
It did. It definitely did a lot of breeding. It does introduce breeding. Yeah, it was like the first one.
It doesn't introduce why I like breeding. The reasons that I like breeding started during like 4th generation. So 3rd generation Ruby and Sapphire introduced natures, which is like somewhat important, and then I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me check.
See, unfortunately, Ruby and Sapphire came out in the time when Pokemon was not cool, so I didn't really get into them.
I just remember playing Silver. I remember it being the introduction to breeding, but
It was the first ones that had breeding. Yes.
I was probably how old were you guys when Silver came out? Like 11 or something?
Maybe?
10?
Okay.
I remember...
From Heart Gold and Soul Silver on, it introduced natures. And natures are, like, one of my favorite parts of breeding. And everything before that did not have, like, one of the main reasons I like breeding. You know? So, I started breeding... That actually makes sense, because I started breeding a lot. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then Black and White, I started breeding a lot.
Okay, because I just remember in the original Silver, like they introduced breeding and it was this new concept, but I was like kind of said 10 or something like that when it came out, 9 maybe, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea of like strategy or min-max or anything. So I just I'm like, oh, these are 2 cool Pokemon, let's like put them together. I had no idea what I was doing.
You always put a Ditto, man.
Obviously a Ditto. Everyone did the Ditto. Like, even I thought that was maybe even a requirement if I think back to it. I don't necessarily remember, but I thought you had to have a Ditto, I think. But
I mean, it was, I think that one of the most beautiful things about Pokemon is that you can play them like a retard and still get away with it. But it like essentially scales with how much you want to invest into it.
Yeah,
right?
I agree completely. The fact that I was, I played Pokemon pre-10, like 10 and under is when I played Pokemon, and I had a blast with it. I
was like 5.
I beat all the games that I played. Like, it wasn't that I didn't struggle with any of them. I played them and I beat them. But nowadays, you still see people playing them and they're min-maxing and they're doing all this shit. And they're still having a blast. Like, they're doing it.
I'm upset there's no Pokemon game this year. I really wanted a new Pokemon game this year. Because they had... I guess there's been, like, there's been a couple gaps, like, year gaps. But, like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was a little bit, not... I mean, I always wanted 3rd-gen remakes, but
I think they wanted DS to be more than just a Pokemon machine, so they were...
Yeah, they probably
But they still announced another Pokemon game. They announced Super Mystery Dungeon or whatever, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
I've never even played one of those. I'm sorry.
They're not very good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason.
I mean, I probably just made a lot of people mad, but they're like whatever. They're kind of like streamlined dungeon crawler where you have like a party. But the cool thing about the new one is that you can get every single Pokemon in it, all 720. you can like recruit into your like RPG party, which is sick. Because like that having like a dungeon crawling Pokemon game where you can have any Pokemon is pretty much is like nearly as cool as like a base Pokemon game, you know, as a main line.
I couldn't say.
I love a good dungeon crawler.
But I mean, we've talked enough. we said we're going to stop talking about gaming, and then we just somehow managed to wrap around.
I only said I was going to stop talking about penises.
I said we were going to stop, or Kenneth mentioned it, and I agree.
I just was mostly Lego.
Let's talk about tech.
I could keep talking about gaming, like Crowfall did some stuff, but
Yes.
Talk about tech, Tyler.
Let's do some tech.
Tech is more interesting.
We have an important update. Wait, we have an important update.
Is this in the, like, newsflash, important update, because I haven't heard about it. You act like this just came in.
No, you and I talked about this earlier, Tyler.
Oh, really? Okay, refresh my memory.
We reported on the scene last week a thing that did not end up being true.
We're
wrong?
Okay.
We're wrong about something?
We were.
No.
Last week. We weren't technically wrong. Quick rundown. Last week we said that what was it? Hot Topic. Hot Topic was buying ThinkGeek, and at the time it was widely reported, it was widely believed as a done deal. Last minute, boom, snap. Can you hear my snaps?
I hear
all my snaps.
Hear the snap.
Last minute. What was it? It was what company?
GameStop.
GameStop swooped in as all the news broke, and GameStop was like, "Hey, we'll give you an extra $3 or so per share, I think it was, and then we'll buy you like instead." So GameStop swooped in last minute and ended up buying ThinkGeek.
Why would GameStop want?
Really?
I guess because they're falling through.
I mean, not only
they need to diversify, man. You got
not only is GameStop slowly seeing the future, very very slowly, sadly, but ThinkGeek is, if you think about it, like, you can agree or disagree, I guess, but ThinkGeek is very geeky. And a lot of that geekness comes from video games, like a lot of Portal references, Zelda references, all these references to video games.
They want to be able to sell an experience just like everybody else does.
But ThinkGeek is only an online marketplace, right?
Currently.
Yeah, but you can have your e-commerce be an experience still.
I know. And does ThinkGeek actually make that much money? I guess they must make enough money.
They must. I mean,
the name is worth a lot.
They were buying, man, I'm forgetting. Hot Topic was paying 17 something per share, and then GameStop came in and was like, "Hey, we'll pay 20 something per share." So they were paying more.
That's because they're desperate.
Yeah. So I mean, but either way, they were paying more or less an extra $3 per share. But either way, 20 per share. I mean, again, it depends. If you want me to get into business, I can, but price per share doesn't matter that much. But regardless, they're upping the share. What is 17 divided by 3? It's like roughly $6 or 15%. It's roughly a 6%, 15% increase. So I think it was like, hey, we'll go with you guys who are paying us more.
Well, yeah, duh. I know that. I get that.
I think it'll work. I think it's a strategic move.
I don't think it doesn't change anything. If Hot Topic bought ThinkGeek, it would have actually changed something. GameStop buying ThinkGeek doesn't change anything.
Really?
No, because I think if they're just doing e-commerce, when have you ever gone on the GameStop website to buy anything?
When was that? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
I've never gone on ThinkGeek to buy anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, when was the last time you went on ThinkGeek to buy anything? But
a friend said, "What do I buy my little brother for his graduation?" I said, "Go to ThinkGeek," like last week.
That's fucking bullshit.
I'd say it's a pretty shitty. I wouldn't say that's the best recommendation, but I probably bought a T-shirt at Comic-Con for Portal.
Exactly, that's what you get.
I wouldn't be surprised if the company that I bought from was somehow related to ThinkGeek, because it was a total 100% ThinkGeek type purchase. It was totally something.
Whenever I think about ThinkGeek, I think about like $60 weird gadget that doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
I think about like an obscene number of Doctor Who references.
I think of a lot of great T-shirts.
The things that ThinkGeek sell that aren't just like regular things you could find somewhere else, like Hot Topic, is like the weird gadgets that are like stupid or like oh, it's like a light up lamp, but if you put water on it, it turns green or something. That's like the kind of thing they would sell.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of stuff like that. Wait, hold on. Keep talking. I'll be back in 5 seconds.
Okay, but I don't think because GameStop buying that I don't think will change their marketplace.
I think it can change their e-commerce.
It could, but Hot Topic, like one actual retailer that sells a similar thing, buying another retailer that sells a similar thing means that there's going to be like a homogenous kind of like connection between them, right? GameStop is not close enough to ThinkGeek, so they're just going to be completely separate companies because I don't think GameStop's going to change.
And
some
I'm
GameStops
back.
have started. Some GameStops have started having other shit than just games.
Sure, they
in their
have
stores.
they have that other shit, but they're not going to try to sell what ThinkGeek sells. Hot Topic could get away with selling what ThinkGeek sells.
Yeah, I think it would have been.
Again, I think it's about e-commerce, not anything else.
I would have liked.
I mean, I know they're doing it just because they're falling through, and they need some others. They need to put their money somewhere else so they can try to not sink further than they are. But like I'm just saying, like Hot Topic is a better fit too.
I would have liked.
GameStop is not a good fit.
Not if it's about e-commerce, because then it doesn't matter.
I would have liked.
Of course, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying like seeing ThinkGeek stuff in Hot Topic would have happened. And seeing ThinkGeek stuff in GameStop is probably not going to happen. They're going to keep them separate.
I would have liked.
Yeah, of course they're going to keep them separate, but that's what I'm saying. It's about e-commerce. So you have the same people making the money.
Well, yeah, duh. That's
yeah.
why you buy it, because they want
Hey
money.
guys,
It's
I'm
all
back, guys.
What?
For the
We know.
5th time, I would have liked Hot
We know
Topic
you're
better.
back, dude. Yeah. I would have liked Hot Topic, because I would have rather seen ThinkGeek stuff in a store than just have it been a website.
Yeah, I would have liked the change from, digital to brick and mortars type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Retail.
Yeah, retail stuff would have been interesting. By the way, I just came back. I got a beer. Have any of you guys had a Dark Horse?
It's familiar, actually.
By a
No,
Crooked
I don't drink
Tree.
beer.
Yeah, you do, Sean. What are you fucking talking
I
about?
drink ales.
I mean, this could be an ale for all you know. You don't know yet. I haven't said what type of beer it is.
I don't know. I've stopped like trying to drink alcohol. Like I just gag. I
Really?
can't do it anymore.
But I
Yeah.
saw you recently and you were drinking.
I can drink. It doesn't mean that I want to drink.
Okay, well, either way, Dark Horse, Crooked Tree IPA. It's unfiltered and unpasteurized, which I don't actually know what that means as far as a beer is concerned.
Pretty sure that means that they put a bunch of dirt in it and then they don't take out the dirt.
Yeah, probably. Just like, oh, you see all that foggy shit in your beer? It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You see all this wheat we just ripped from the ground? We didn't have to clean that. You can just eat it.
It's
It doesn't
from
matter.
Marshall MI. Is MI Mississippi or somewhere else?
Yes.
Mississippi?
MI is Mississippi.
Okay, so it's from...
Unless it's Michigan. It might be Michigan.
That's why I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was Michigan or
Let's
Mississippi.
find out. MI State. It is Michigan.
Michigan. So this is from Marshall, Michigan.
Mississippi, I think, is MS.
This is actually one of the... I'm pretty sure... I mean, this is definitely a craft beer, but this is the most...
Can't do typing too loud.
Yeah, seriously, Kat.
Somebody was praising my blogging.
Fuck you. It's probably
expertise.
fucking Daisy, your girlfriend.
No, it's one of my friends.
It's probably your girlfriend just
Are
sucking
you someone
your
turning
dick.
a fucking Rubik's Cube? What's going on?
I actually do have a Rubik's
Do you have a
Cube
mechanical
in my hand right now.
keyboard or something? Like, what are you typing
No, I have a
on?
Rubik's Cube right
He has a
here.
Rubik's
Oh,
Cube
that's
and he has a
what it
mechanical
is. Yeah,
keyboard.
you must
And
have-
he has fucking green switches. God damn it.
Either way, what did you say it was? Michigan?
It's Michigan.
Okay, Michigan. Marshall, Michigan. Never
probably-
heard of it, but this is I assume it's a craft beer. It's the most non-local craft beer I've had in Boston.
That's exciting.
I mean, it is for me.
All right,
It's
so
definitely not a
Tyler.
normal occurrence.
Tyler, you probably know a thing or two about this, and you're probably a good person to go to.
Bring it.
Yesterday, I started a blog
Okay.
just for fun.
Don't pimp it out. You're not allowed to say.
I'm
what
not
it
gonna
is.
pimp it out. I am totally allowed to say it, but I won't. But my question is, what kind of blogging platforms do you use these days? Is it still all about WordPress? I mean, what's the 411?
So
Can we just turn the Rarely Relevant website into a blog that all three of us can post on?
I'm gonna get real close.
Mixed Media Solutions, Tyler.
That probably clipped
Media
fuck. I got real close. That clipped the fuck out of this audio, I'm sure. But regardless,
Tyler, do you not like Mixed Media Solutions?
Fuck you. Fuck you and your PR bullshit, and go get a fucking job at BuzzFeed and suck your own dick. And
You just hate mixed media so much.
I want to be a video logger. Can I post my video loggers to the Rarely Relevant website?
I mean, I could allow us to do that, but I would make my own solution. There is no way in hell I would give us a WordPress backend.
I know you could do it, and you would make a great solo, whatever. But
Well, I was playing around with Ghost.io, and I was a fan
is slightly
of
better.
their tools.
Ghost is newer, so it has less.
I like the tool set. I do.
Okay, so do you want to talk about developer, interest, or sort of user?
Are you talking about just use fucking Tumblr?
No. Okay, so admittedly, so on Peak, the startup that I had and co-founded and founded and whatever, we use.
Pimping out.
Okay,
huh?
yeah, let me pimp out the startup that is no longer functioning. Oh, yeah. Hey, everyone
sad.
listening, go visit peak.at and view the not found page.
Go visit Zuri.com.
No, fuck you, that's a real website.
There's no information on there. It just
Why are you afraid of interconnecting the websites,
Because
Tyler?
it's bullshit, and there's no reason for it other than you're trying to pimp yourself out.
No, I was actually curious to talk about blogs.
No, and that's why I said peak, and you're like, oh, I'm like, no, it doesn't exist currently. But on Peak, which was, a startup, and we did all this development for it, and all this front end and back end and database shit and whatever had you. Still, the blog itself was Tumblr. It was a Tumblr blog, is what we used for updates and all that sort of shit. And
it's so easy. Just change the front end, and the back end's all covered.
But part of it is also because the blog should be reporting the main service is going to maintenance mode, or it's down for some reason, and this is what's up. And if you host it on your own server, if the main server goes down, the blog also goes down, which the blog is supposed to be reporting that shit went down. So you can't really have them host on the same system. So Tumblr is a perfectly good solution.
See?
It's a good blog. It's like a good platform. You can...
See, Kenneth doesn't even need anything special. He just needs a literal Tumblr, and that's it. Tumblr.
I just was saying I enjoyed using Ghost.io.
No, so my order of preference, I guess, would be, depending on what you do, Ghost and... actually, Kenneth, what I would suggest, because you're completely unknown and whatever, is I would go to Medium.
It's true.
If you have anything
That was the other one I looked at.
anything interesting to say.
Medium.
The thing about Medium, though, is that it's not really your own website. It's not like you necessarily have a domain. It's like a medium.com / your username type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of discoveries done on Medium. A lot of things happen on Medium. It's a very good platform. Generally speaking, when something shows up on Twitter for me that's a medium.com and it's tweeted, I almost can guarantee that it's going to be a useful post. Medium is...
And that's the thing. Ghost, I don't think, has any
Promotion?
Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
as far as I know,
discovery
there's
on
no discovery on it, but it's
Yeah.
definitely, in my opinion, better than Word.
The tool set.
It's better than...
I like Markdown.
It's-
It's so easy.
Thank you for saying you prefer Mark. Oh my god, I could go on such a long fucking rant about Markdown versus I won't though. I won't. As a developer, I won't go into it because it'll bore you guys. It'll bore anyone listening. It'll just, unless they're a developer, they'll either hate me or love me. So it doesn't matter.
Dude, I just love Markdown, you guys. I just love using my CSSs and my PHPs. And I like to use Markdown, you guys.
Fuck you.
I like to use
No, you don't
I
even
like
know what
using
Markdown
MySQL.
is based off what you just said. It's... fuck. I won't... Okay, I won't explain it.
I love MySQL because it lets me do server things.
Fuck.
And I can use databases together in my SQL to connect them.
Screw you
PHP.
and your lack of knowledge. But
I like
far
JavaScript
as
'cause
blogging,
it's better.
as far as blogging is concerned, Medium would be my go-to. If I was to start blogging, I would go to Medium, and then if I started to like have popular posts, I would transition over to Ghost. And then WordPress.
Is Medium totally free?
Medium? Yeah, no, it's completely free.
Because that's the problem. Is Ghost is a fucking $10 a month service. I don't really want to pay that.
Why would you do that?
I don't really want to.
When you could use Tumblr for free.
These are all good points.
If I was a website,
and Tumblr has Discovery.
If I was a website looking to host a blog of some sort or like an update system, like trying to let users know what was going on, Tumblr. If I was a individual trying to just like write stuff and kind of blog and write articles, Medium, 100%. I could not recommend Medium more. The founders of Medium, Ev, I guess is what I would call him, Ev, or BizStone. I'm not sure BizStone is necessarily part of it, but either way, I could not recommend Medium more. It's a great service. The articles that I find on it are consistently good. So if you are posting on it and you get shared, anyone who is familiar with Medium will automatically read your article. I can almost guarantee it.
Can I write fiction on Medium?
Yes, I'm making a account right now, and fiction is a option. Okay. I went and selected it.
I'll consider it because I like doing serial fiction. That's what I used to write a lot.
Fiction.
I love writing editorials.
I know more about fiction. I just never read online. I never read fiction online.
I just want to write furry erotica, okay? And I want it to be discovered by the masses.
If you want to do that, I suggest making a really cool art piece, putting it on DeviantArt, and then be like, hey, this is the main character in my fictional...
I can't draw, so I should definitely be on DeviantArt.
We'll get Kevin or whatever to...
Kevin?
Kasumi.
Or Jeffrey. He can't draw.
Kasumi?
I don't think he can draw. He's a computer scientist.
Wait, who's the artist on
Jared and Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey.
But I have to rate it as myself?
Wait, who's Jared? Jared
McClellan.
Oh, wait, is he the one who's... Okay, never mind, I won't mention it here.
Yes, the answer is yes.
He has an older brother, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love those two guys. Okay, cool. Wait.
You did it.
Was he in our last Skype chat?
He was in our group chat for our Project Micro.
I dislike him now. I dislike him. Unless he's like me, but holy shit. How did he not oh, hey, Tyler, I remember you. Fuck that guy. I didn't realize it was that Jared.
Yeah, dude.
Hopefully he didn't realize it was this Tyler. But maybe he did.
Maybe he did. I don't know. He goes to BYU Hawaii. He can do whatever he wants.
Dude, you have to use your own name and identity on Medium?
I mean, I use Twitter.
To be your own...
Because I'd rather be like Dr. Seuss.
Fuck you, Kenneth. And you're like, I want to be anonymous, and I don't want people to know about me.
This has been a really whiny podcast so far.
Yeah, because Kenneth keeps being a bitch about being known on the internet.
Let's talk about something interesting. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We could talk about tech. We can
talk about how... Wait, about what?
I mean, let's step away from games, because this, fucking 75% of this has been gaming.
No games, no tech. Let's talk about...
No tech? God damn, that's...
All right, let's talk about tech.
I was just going to mention Google I.O., which happened this week.
What was done? What was the thing?
Very disappointing. I mean, you guys don't know about it, so maybe it's not that interesting to mention, because you use Android phone, right?
Yes.
Okay, so not a lot happened for you.
Is it because you wanted them to put Android shit on Windows Phone or some shit like that?
No, though Windows did do that recently. They had a...
Android and iOS are getting Cortana.
Yeah, but no, Windows did a thing where it's if you have an iOS or Android app, you can pretty much click and done, convert it to a Windows app. Like, it's super easy to convert it to a Windows app.
That sounds very inefficient.
No, it's just click it, and it's a Windows app. So, like, all you have to do is...
Yeah, but I don't think it... How is it going to run properly? Like, if it's really demanding, it's not going to run
Oh, no,
well.
they set it up so it works well. I mean, as far as...
Really? It's just putting it in a fucking envelope, though, or whatever.
Not necessarily. They could be
wrapper.
doing a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, have you ever used Wine on Linux?
Yeah.
I mean, some of it...
I guess that's...
Like, it works well. Or a VM on, like, fucking whatever it's called, so the P or whatever.
Yeah, but it doesn't run as well as it could.
Not as well as it could, but it runs perfectly well.
I guess for apps that don't matter.
Yeah, for a lot of like, if you're playing an intensive gaming app that's initially in Android and you're going to Windows, it might not run as well, but whatever, I mean... But either way, so Google I/O, they didn't come out with any, as far as I can remember, no new hardware, which was incredibly disappointing because I'm still rocking a Nexus 4 in my bag. I run right now an iPhone 5S, I guess, 5S. I run that, but I'm going to upgrade to a Windows 10 phone when it comes out this September. I was thinking of going Samsung's S6, but I decided to go for a Windows 10. But I was hoping that Google came out with a new Nexus phone, but they didn't, and that was disappointing.
Yeah. What would they do? Do Nexus 5.5?
No, they just come with a Nexus 5 V2 sort of thing, whatever they called it. They're probably just, Nexus 5 20. I wish phone companies did that. They were just like, hey, we'll keep our name like iPhone 2015, iPhone 2014, Nexus...
I guess that's fine, but some people might be confused because it might be like the sports thing where it's like the year ahead or like a year behind.
I guess,
or whatever,
but even still, it's like, oh, you want the newest phone? Get the newest year available.
Well, right now it's just get the highest number available or whatever.
Yeah, the same thing would be available. Like, oh, you want the newest phone that's based off
there's
year?
No difference
get
then,
the
right?
2015 phone, even if you're in 2014. Like, oh, there's a 2015 phone out. Get the 2015. Like. It would be the same thing.
That's still more confusing, I think, for mass market.
Really more confusing than, by the way, we
understand, but they might not understand. Like, the difference between a Nexus 6 and Nexus 5 is a lot. And the Nexus 6 is, like, the number up, but it's not a similar phone. It's like a phablet instead, And so, like, them... Like, just, like, so even, like, I don't know. Making it years would be fine, I guess.
Yeah, exactly
what... If there's different models, it would just be, like, the X 2015.
Yeah, so
and, like,
my idea is that
you
don't have different models. You just have...
But people have different models.
No, but you have a phone, you have a tablet, and then maybe a laptop for Google, whatever they fucking want to do after a tablet. But, no, you have... The Google phone, or the Nexus phone, or the Nexus 2015 phone, the Nexus 2015 tablet. But right now, there's like the Nexus. There's a Nexus 4, there's a Nexus 5, there's the Nexus 6, there's the Nexus.
Yeah, those are
10.
But those are deliberate because those are the screen sizes.
No, and yet none of them, their year ranking, like which one's better than the other, is completely random. Like. The Nexus 5, they didn't refresh the Nexus 5. I mean, okay, this is a bad example because I don't think they refreshed any of them. But regardless...
I mean, there's two Nexus 10s. They did do that. I have the old Nexus 10. They have a new Nexus. Oh, no, they made it Nexus 9. Just kidding. No, I think there is two versions of Nexus 10, though. But
maybe, but either way, they have, like...
I don't know.
They have a Nexus 5 right... Like, if you want to buy a phone right now from Google, you have to buy the Nexus 5... is the only one I think the Nexus 5 is on sale. They took it off sale for a while, but I think it's back on sale.
Or you just get the Nexus 6 because you got to be a man.
But the Nexus 6 is huge. Like, they're selling phones.
Phablet master
they're selling
race,
multiple phones that are different sizes and completely different generations, and it's confusing right now. It doesn't work, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't think like a standardized naming convention is like that important. I think... Because there's like a lot of companies that like do weird stuff, like the HTC One or whatever is like it's completely different. And I think having separate names like that, like calling all the Samsung phones like the Galaxy S whatever, like what does Galaxy even mean? That's like a name, right?
I mean, Dell's been doing that with their computers forever, and
well, sure,
works.
well everyone,
and
does
even
that.
with Samsung, it works completely well. Like they have the Galaxy One or. Galaxy, and they have the 2, the 3, and now they're up to the G6, and it's the G6.
S6.
Or yeah, S6.
S6.
Yeah, my bad. I was going to buy the S6, but yeah, actually, I take that back. I wasn't going to buy the S6. I wanted to buy the Sony Z, quote unquote, 4 or Z4.
Oh, okay.
But in the US, it's called like the Z3 Plus or some bullshit like that.
It's whatever, yeah.
I want to buy that. That would be, if I was to buy an Android phone. Anyone out there right now listening who's buying an Android phone, buy a Sony.
Get a Nexus 4.
No,
get a Note 4. Note 4. Get
fuck
Note 4.
you. Buy a Sony
Note 4.
phone.
Buy Note 4.
No.
Samsung's superior than Sony.
No, fuck Sony.
Yes.
I mean, fuck
Fuck the S6, but get a fucking Note 4. Replaceable battery, SD card expansion slot, and it's got a stylus, and it's big. You can use it to read books. Do it.
Except.
Okay, that's all we have.
Fuck you.
It's been an hour. Samsung superior.
Wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Friday, for our lucky listeners, well, actually anybody, if you go to Krispy Kreme Donuts, it's giving out a free donut day.
Our sponsor is Krispy Kreme Donuts
this
week.
Dude.
No, I mean, it's free donut day. Like,
June,
just kick ass.
June 5th, 2015, podcast is being recorded on June 3rd. So 2 days from now, on the 5th, it's free donut day or whatever. So I don't know where any Krispy Kremes are. I'm going to have to find one.
I don't even, does East Coast have...
Yeah, Tyler's on
Kreme?
East Coast. He's just fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Let's think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're doing the promotion.
I think all we have is Dunkin'. I can't think of a single Krispy Kreme that I've seen.
Well, then,
dude, you guys are screwed.
Tyler's shit out of luck, and that concludes.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait.
What?
Maps?
Yeah.
Google. And then I'm going to Google.
If you are near Boston University,
Crispy.
Tyler will now tell you where a Krispy Kreme is nearby you.
Krispy Kreme. Oh wait. Google Maps thinks. Google Maps still thinks for some reason that I'm in. The Bay Area.
Well.
Wait, hold on. If I go to Krispy Kreme, not Maps, and just Google it.
Well, you know what? Since
God damn it, Krispy Kreme.
I'll give you the whole
or Google
rundown.
Fuck. Wait, hold on.
Dunkin' Donuts. With the purchase of any beverage, you'll get a free donut.
Nice.
If you go to Lamar's, which is in the southern and Midwest locations, you can get a free donut, no purchase necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Shipley's Donuts, they're in Texas and Tennessee and Arkansas, and they will give away free glazed donuts. And those are the big ones.
Wait, so, I have one in Boston. In the whole...
Did you not hear me? You can get a cup of coffee and get a donut at any Dunkin' Donuts at participating stores.
But I found a Krispy Kreme.
Let's wrap it up. Shout out to Jared McClellan. Shout out to Krispy Kreme Donuts.
Wait, no, hold on. I found a Krispy Kreme in Boston. I didn't give the location.
Yeah, give the location.
Northeastern University apparently has a Krispy Kreme. Just Google it and you'll find it.
Okay,
well, how about that?
Thanks for joining us. Second episode of Rarely Relevant, a podcast where we don't know what we're talking about.
Except for sometimes.